building day for our sculpture. So now it's time to take all of these pieces that we made and try to get them to balance standing at least 5 inches high. So you want to try to measure when you can something that's at least 5 inches. You can use a ruler or something else around your house, it's fine. So that your structure is going to stand. So this is going to take a lot of patience today because you're going to need to glue and hold things in place or prop something up till the glue dries and then try it again with something else. So to start with, I think I'm going to take my glue, and it's a lot easier to use your glue if you use liquid glue and you pour it out on something. So shake your glue bottle up real good so you can mix up that water and that sticky solution so it becomes the right texture and consistency. And then I like to pour just a little bit onto a piece of paper at a time. That way when I want to start building things and build my structure, I can actually use the glue and like dip pieces in. The cool thing about this is nobody knows what this is gonna look like in the end, so you're just gonna kind of build with it and have fun with it so that you can get those various structures. So I think I'm gonna start with kind of like some kind of maybe like TP or some kind of thing, so I can start to build with either the cardboard pieces or I can even use the straws that I made, but they're way too long, so I'm gonna cut some shorter. I think I want some that are a little bit longer and then maybe some that are a little bit shorter. So I just took one of them. I have no idea in my head yet what I want to do, but the structure that's going to have the most stability has 3 points on it. So maybe doing something where 3 straws or 2 straws and 1 piece of cardboard are all kind of forming like a base. So something like that could work. So. If your straws are not standing like mine, we're gonna go to plan B. So one thing you can do is again build in layers and prop things up on each other. So I'm gonna glue this next piece. I'm gonna put glue at both ends and I'm gonna stack it on top and let it sit there. One thing you can do to have another piece stick to another is you can take and cut what looks like a slit inside the cardboard. So remember, the blade is the most powerful part. So I'm just gonna cut like a little notch out of that side, and that lets me stick this where I need it to be. So this is where using your glue and putting it inside that notch. So you wanna have more glue than necessary. And then I'm going to slit this over inside and those 2 pieces can stick together. So it's gonna be about building up those layers. And since my straw didn't work that way, I think I'm just gonna use it as kind of a decor of some kind to start putting other pieces on. Maybe I can glue it so it stands flat against something. Yeah, I kinda like that idea. And I'm gonna keep building with that cardboard, making different slats to try to stick some pieces together. And then once I have a piece that's on there, I can add more pieces to it. So I need to try to get up to that height. So I'm using this to prop things up. I think I'm gonna put a piece here. So I'm gonna cut another notch by just using the middle, making like a triangle-y kind of tiny little sliver cut out of the center of that. Use my glue, apply my glue generously. Remember, one of the cool things about being an artist is if the first idea doesn't work it's not the end of the world. We go with plan B. And sometimes plan B works better than you originally intended, and that's okay too. Remember, you want to always shore things up with glue, so go back in and put glue so it glues to the other piece as well. So it's almost like these sticks now are acting as bracing points for my sculpture. I think I'm at one of those points where I need to set it and forget it and let it dry a little bit and hold it in place so that these things can actually dry together. So this part, I'm going to have to exercise some patience. And just wait and hold and count in my head. I can actually put a little bit more glue down here. So if you see, even Mrs. Hops is struggling a little bit because while the glue is drying, it's a waiting game. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute and then maybe I can come back to it. When that glue is dry. I'm gonna play with these while I wait to figure out what other kind of structure I can make. Maybe I can make this come up and use that as a supportive piece. And it's all about trying to keep that balance. So I'm cutting additional slots, carry out that little piece. I'll stick that like that, and maybe put something on top of that. So it's going to be a lot of trial and error and trying to figure out what you like. You can even put two slots together and really slide pieces inside of each other. That could be really cool as like a side section. Oh, I like that idea. And they stay already when you slide them together. But just to ensure them a little bit more, I'm going to put the glue inside the slot. Then when I put this down somewhere, it has a better chance of staying structurally sound. So I'm going to prop that up underneath there. So I'm going to dip it in my glue, put glue on the edges. So it adds a little bit more interest over on that side. And then I think I'm going to add another straw in here somewhere. Maybe you can go through another piece or on top of another. Straws really help add that color and just reinforce that stability of your structure. I'm going to keep playing with this, but see what it looks like in the end.